Good morning. Unfortunately, my wife couldn't be here. We had a very short night of sleep. Our 2.5-year-old woke up and was awake for like 4 hours. So my wife was wanting to be here. Sorry. My wife, I'm Wes Gerber, and my wife is Dixie. Been coming to Harvest about 10 years, and my wife and I, we were both raised in Christian homes. We both attended church our lives growing up, but neither of us had a strong understanding for financing and budgeting. We were married in 2008, and even after all those years, we just didn't have discussions about our finances because they always got tense, and who likes to have arguments with your spouse? And I will say that the reason those times got tense was because of me. I brought a lot of credit card debt into our marriage, and there was a lot of guilt and shame because of that. Also, being a man, that weighs on you. We sold our house in 2013. We lived down in Bluffton, and we moved here to Leo, and we agreed that the extra money that we had from selling the house, which was far from enough to pay off our debt, that we weren't going to spend that until we had a time to take some type of a financial class, be it Dave Ramsey or Crown. So we just agreed to hold on to that. The week that the classes were starting, we found out that there was still one spot open for a couple, and it was only then that we decided to join. It wasn't like right now where you have a few weeks, and again, that was because I was dragging my feet on, are we really going to do this? Prior to starting Crown, which was about March of last year, we had $92,000 in debt between credit cards and college loan, and that was about a split. And I share that because for me personally, $40-some thousand in credit card debt was monumental. How do you get out from under that? I had no idea, and I was scared. But it had to happen. So we took Crown. What were some of the hard parts of taking Crown? As though there's not enough already. Just recognizing and discussing our personal lack of biblical financial wisdom. The Bible is full of financial wisdom, but we just look over it. Or like me, you don't want to hear it because I don't want to be told that I'm not a good Christian because I'm not saving my money or doing it right. It's not about not being a good Christian. It's just understanding the priorities. Another struggle was the homework, everything learning from the homework. It was extra effort for us because we hadn't been doing anything financially. We haven't been doing those discussions. We weren't putting forth the effort. So it just made it that much more harder for us to go through all this. And taking the time to do the weekly homework. There is a lot of work, but trust me, the benefits are worth it. Had Dixie been here, what she wanted to share was one of her struggles with the class was trusting me that I was going to stick with all this instead of throwing in the towel, which there was times when I probably felt that. For me, a personal struggle, or one of the hard parts through it, was I got to the point of choosing to sell some of my personal possessions to help pay down the debt. That was in the form of guns and ammunition. And for those of you who know me, you understand why these people laugh, because they probably were an idol in my life. I still have some, but I sold a big amount of them. What impressed us about the class? The class is a Bible study. It's a Bible study on finances. It's not a financial class. It's a Bible study. Again, once you are open to understanding what the Word has to say about finances, the more the Spirit can change your heart and open your eyes. Another great thing was everybody in the class, there were 4 other couples from Harvest in the class, and everyone was very willing and open to share their personal experiences and comments. So it made us feel more open to share and to be able to start understanding what's going to work for us moving forward, because it's not a cookie cutter solution for everybody. The other thing that was neat was all the other people in the class, they had already taken Crown, or they had been taking Dave Ramsey, but yet they were doing it again as a refresher, which to me was just like, why are you doing this? Don't you have everything in order? But a lot of them were like, yeah, we kind of need to get our eyes reopened. The other thing is there's not, especially for us, I don't remember when or if we shared our amount that we had in debt, but just a lack of judgment. Everybody is on even ground. Regardless of where they're at financially, everybody recognized that we're all the body of Christ and we're all going through this together. So there wasn't a lot of judgment, and that made it very open for us. And Sarah and Tom were the leaders last time. They're the leaders this time. They're very organized, very timely, and everybody in the group recognized that and was very respectful of everyone's time, and the class went smoothly. So it wasn't like, wow, how are we going to deal with our time? We're getting off on a tangent. So it was very well organized. What changes did we make? I'm sorry, I'll try to make this quick. What changes did we make during our process? We scheduled weekly meetings to sit down and talk about our expenses because we weren't having them. Kind of as a side plug for the Love and Respect marriage study, we were also going through that, and that really helped open our level of communication as a husband and wife. We were not having open discussions as much. We just didn't talk about the things we should be talking about. We learned more about submitting to God and trusting that He truly is in control. That was a big step. We also tracked our weekly expenses to just really see where is the hole, what's leaking, what can be stopped. And just learning to say no, or maybe later when it comes to expenses, and learning to utilize what God's already blessed us with in different areas. So in closing, the benefits of taking Crown. It really strengthened our friendships within Harvest. We had considered doing Dave Ramsey at the Y, but we wanted to be tied into our body. I don't want to trash the Y, but I'd rather be strengthening the body here than with strangers at a community center. Again, and it was just such a blessing for doing that. And there was a lot of prayer. Everyone was earnestly praying for each other. So, where are we at on that $92,000? Praise be to God, last Saturday, we made our last payment, and we are debt-free. I can tell you this, 10 months was not the window that we thought that was going to happen, and it was truly only by God's mercy and strength, because we thought that was going to be a 2 or 3, 4 year time travel. So the one thing my wife wanted to say, for those of you who might think, what can I gain out of going through the Crown classes? Understand there are other people in different situations, so don't look at it either as what you can gain from the class, but maybe what you can provide to others, because I know for us, we were blessed by the other people in the class as well.